Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your financial reading for the month of September 2018. This month I'm doing 20% off sale all readings, and you can get that in the link in the description below until the end of the month. Also, if you are looking for your love reading or your weekly readings, I have all the links to your other readings down below in the description as well. But let's see what comes up for you financially here for the month of September. And let's see what we get for you. In the past, you have the Nine of Hearts, something that you wish for, something that you have wanted. This is a card of victory as well. So being able to see some sort of victory, you have been hoping for some sort of victory over your finances at this time, or some sort of change over your finances at this time as well. Again, this is coming up in the past, so again, some of you might have seen a financial victory already, or again, you could be just on your way. This card represents a wish. It's kind of like the Nine of Cups in the Tarot. It just represents you getting some sort of wish, something that you want financially, so I like to see that for you a lot. But let's get started. You start off with the Two of Spades. A lot of you, this could be a new job. You could be separating away from an old job. This card represents just simply separation, moving on from one thing to the other. So you could be going to a new job or leaving one job and getting another. And I do feel like that would be good for you. I would say any of you that are involved in anything legal, just looking at these cards here, this card asks you to be very diplomatic, and it asks you to think about things before you say them. It asks you to think about things before you do anything. This is a very thoughtful, take your time type of card. So I'd say, again, any of you involved in anything that's legal and financial at the same time, I would take your time and just really think and process and make sure to get help. It's also a card of friends, and this card says, do not lend money to friends. Again, you are a Cancer, you are very friendly, you want to help people out, you want to be nurturing, you want to be caring. So, again, this could be somebody coming to you with a sob story or some sort of sad story. And again, this card says that you need to be careful of friends, because it's not that they're bad or they have bad intentions or anything like that, but it does say they could be coming to you for money. Maybe they don't really need it, or if you give it to them, you're probably not going to get that money back. So I'd be very, very careful, including your own children. If you have children or anything like that, I would say I'd be very careful who you give money to at this time. It doesn't say don't do it. It just says that you need to understand up front that you are probably not going to get it back. So if you're okay with that, if you are truly okay with not getting the money back that you lend out this month, this card says fine. But if you are not okay with that, then definitely be careful of who you lend money to. Next, you have the Three of Diamonds. This card says be very careful with your paperwork at this time, especially anything financial, because this can represent problems with financial paperwork. Very specifically, it could represent lost debit cards, lost credit cards, stolen information, anything like that. And I don't want to frighten you. I don't think anything bad is going to happen. It just says be very careful with your information and you'll be fine. And threes are warnings to me. They just simply are warning cards. They just say, again, they say don't allow these things to happen. Make sure that you are being very safe and very very careful with your financial information, who you give your financial information to, and all that other stuff. Next, you have the Fool in reverse. The Fool in reverse says you are not getting started on some sort of journey that you need to get started on. I do feel like for some of you, I don't really feel that meaning, even though I just said it. What I feel is, I feel like there has been some sort of delay financially, and this delay is a delay for a new beginning. And again, I feel like there's just a delay to a new financial beginning, but I do feel like things are going to pick back up. I feel like for some of you, you just had to gather more details, or maybe for some of you, there is some sort of training or schooling that you need to go through before you can actually start this new financial life. So again, it could be schooling for a new career, or it could be, again, some sort of training or certification for some sort of new career that you're hoping to get. For others of you, again, even if you're retired, this could represent a delay in some sort of investment or a delay in some sort of payout. It could be a governmental payout, could be any type of payout, really. And it could represent a delay there. But usually with just a little bit of work and a little bit of preparation, you can get these things turned around. Same thing if you're applying for a job. You might be applying for a job and they might come back to you and say, hey, you need this certification, or you need to go back to school or something. And this is a card of deciding whether or not you want to do that. And I do think it would be a very good idea for you, especially for Cancer. For you Cancer people, because of all the energy in Capricorn, it would be a really good idea for you to kind of make sure that to get trainings and certifications, because they'll be literally profitable for you at this time. And finally, for you, Cancer, we have the Two of Hearts. I'm actually probably going to clarify that Fool just at the end, just so you know, but your last card here is the Two of Hearts, and this is a card that represents a perfect match. So great card for work. It can represent love coming in through work as well. I know this isn't a love reading, but it is popping up here, so I'm going to mention it. But it also could just be you matching up perfectly with a job, or matching up with, some sort of financial situation that makes you very happy. It's just a card of happiness when it shows up outside of a love reading. So I really like that for you, but let's see why this Fool card is here for Cancer for the month of September. And let's see why that card is here. Yeah, you have the Seven of Spades, internal fears that don't exist. So fears of a new beginning, being afraid to start a new career or something like that. This card says just do it. Don't be afraid to start a new career, to go get that new job, or to start that new business or anything like that. It can also be a card of receiving information like a letter or like a brochure or something like that about maybe a new business or a job. And this is a very good card for receiving information and or receiving news that you are going to get a job or you are going to get a new position. So I really like to see that for you as well. I feel like for you, this month is just very much a turnaround month. I feel like, maybe it won't be all that exciting, but it also won't be bad. I think things will be fine financially. I think you'll be, happy. I think things will go really well for you. But again, maybe it's just like a turnaround month where you're more focused on preparation, more focused on getting all the details together for, as for the rest of the year, I would say. Like moving forward, I think, once we get past this month, I think Cancer is really going to start picking up. And then once we get into next year, I think you're really going to be kind of, chugging along, moving forward as far as finances are concerned. But looks good to me. Again, I will be back in the middle of the month to do a mid-month update for your finances as well. And again, if you're looking for your other readings, links in the description below. So thank you and enjoy your September.